Hello there, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing super duper well. For today's video, we are going to be completing part 2 of this tattoo studio and cafe. In part 1, we did the exterior and the most of the lower level of our tattoo studio or school, depending on how you want to play with it. If you would like to watch that video, I will link it here so you can do that. But anyways, let's get on with the build. Alright, so we're going to be continuing on. There's just like one more little plant that I forgot to add in here, so we're gonna do this and then we're gonna go in the back and complete our little actual tattooing area. I just wanted to put this guy just about there. I just thought he would look cute there and I kept thinking about it, so um I think we're just gonna keep this color. I don't know why, I just think he'd look cute there. But yeah, now we're gonna go back here and start in our actual tattooing area. Okay, so first we need to actually grab our tattooing beds, of course. I thought this would be underneath activities and skills, but maybe I was wrong. So let me filter it, show all, and then go to business and hobbies. We're also going to be putting some more upstairs, but we're just going to be focusing on this level first. I am hoping that we can get this build done today, but we shall see. Actually scratch that. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish the build in this one. To make it easier on myself so that I don't have as much footage, I've kind of made it a rule that I do an hour of filming and just cut out any fluff that's left over, just to make it easier. I don't know, I've been feeling slightly better, but still not 100%. So I'm trying to make it easier on myself to do the editing and whatnot. But if I have like a lot of footage, then that can make it be quite daunting. So I'm trying to find a compromise here that allows me to still be consistent with my video making. So I do want to give them some stools. These are not functional, of course. They're purely decorative, but I just think that it would look nice and make sense that if you're tattooing someone for a long time, the artist would also like to sit down. And I want to use this blue and red shade for these ones down here. I myself have never gotten a tattoo, so I'm just going off of some reference pictures and whatnot of what sort of decor and whatnot they use when there are tattoo shops. So this may not be completely accurate. I'm just going to use these tattoo bottles and switch up the colors a little bit to make it more interesting. I think I'll just use the yellow and then maybe the green for here. I just like switching around the colors a little bit. Actually, no, I'm switching them around because this is giving Christmas a little bit too much. All right, there we go. A little less Christmassy. That was gonna bother me a little bit. So we're gonna do that, and then I want to use this really cool collage, I suppose you could call it. I just like this picture, and then over here I want to give them like a mirror so that if you get a tattoo on a part of your body that you can't quite see as easily, you have a mirror to go and do so. So let me find it. It's this one. It is from the business and hobbies pack, but for whatever reason I couldn't find it in that menu. And I'm gonna go ahead and put one here as well. Alright, I think I'm gonna push this Juju over as well, yes. Just so it matches each other. And then I'm gonna use the red tone here and the blue one over here. I just think that looks cute and it kind of matches the color of our tattooing bed. For decoration in this booth, I'm just gonna do both the booths at the same time. We're just gonna go back and forth with it to make it go by a little bit faster. I'm gonna use some posters from the City Living, if I can find them. So I'm gonna use this peacock one because it kind of reminds me of a traditional style of tattoo. I forget what the exact style, I think it is called traditional. It's kind of like the old like American Navy sort of vibe. I forget the exact name. I think it is actually called traditional tattoos, but again, I don't know enough about tattoos to say that with my full chest. I want to use that one, and then I think there was another one that I liked. It had like koi fish or something in it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. We're gonna use this one, and I'm just gonna zhuzh these guys over so they're more centered on that wall. I like it. Maybe these are like different tattoo drawings that they've done, and I like it because it kind of shows that maybe they have like different styles of tattoos that they do. So each person that works here has their own specialty. I'm also gonna give them some aprons, just so that they don't get like ink and other things on their clothes. I can imagine that tattooing can be a little bit messy sometimes. I don't know. Is that why a lot of tattoo artists I see they wear black? Because I know that like hairstylists they wear black because they don't want to get hair dye. So I can imagine that probably you would get tattoo ink on your clothes that would stain very badly. Again, I don't know much about it, but I can imagine it can get a little messy sometimes. That is not the one I wanted. I wanted to get them like a schedule board so that maybe if they have a lot of appointments, they can keep up with it. But let me see if I can find the specific one I'm thinking of. It's this one. I always forget. It's from the university pack, I believe. I'm just gonna place it right about there. And then I'm also gonna give them the light that came with business and hobbies. It's like a circle light, just so that if they're doing a lot of heavy detail work, they have plenty of lighting and they can kind of control where they want it to be. And yeah, lighting I can imagine is very important when you're doing this sort of work. I think that looks pretty good. I think I do want to grab something else to put here, so let me have a little look-see and see what I can find. I just settled on this painting here. I just wanted to keep with the dark theme, so we're just gonna go with that because the gold frame does match the gold frames on here. But yeah, I just didn't want to leave that wall empty. Next up, I'm going to be going over here and I'm going to use some bamboo from Spade to help give them some privacy. I'm going to be using this one and I'm going to be placing it all along these two windows here. There we go. So this will just help. I don't know, I just didn't feel like putting curtains here, but I still wanted to give some privacy in this area. I'm going to be using some lockers so that the tattoo artist has somewhere to put their personal belongings whenever they are working. And I'm gonna just over just a little bit more, and then I'm gonna put another mirror over here just so that if they want to give themselves one more glance over before they start working, they can do that. And I'm gonna switch this over to the black shade just to help match this color of the locker. So before we move on upstairs, we just have this one little area here left to do. So we're just gonna do that really quick and then we'll head upstairs. Upstairs is going to be additional tattoo booths. I kept forgetting that word, but I just remembered it right now. So let's look. I think I'm gonna use this one because it kind of copies the same sort of vibe as that display that we have there in the lobby. And then I'm just gonna put like a random painting up here. I quite like this one from City Living. So we're gonna use that one, and then I'm just gonna grab like a lamp and some little bits and bobs just to decorate the surface of our little table. So I think this will do. So next up we can head on upstairs. Alright, so welcome to our upstairs area. We first are gonna start off in our little stairwell over here. I decided I wanted to add some graffiti to the walls. I just thought that that would look really cool. So let me grab the graffiti we're going to be using. Alright, so for this first area, I just want to use this little troll guy. I think he looks really cool. And we're going to place him right about there. I want him to be more centered on the wall. We are going to be using this one, but not this specific swatch. I kind of like this. Oops, wrong button. I quite like this, like, she kind of reminds me of like Medusa or something with the hair and stuff. I just think she looks really cool. So I believe that's centered. Yeah, I just thought that'd look neat. We are going to place another one on this wall, but I'm going to wait until we're on the next level to do that one. So now we can work on this actual area. To start off, I want to give them a record player. I just think it'd be really cool that they play some music while everyone's tattooing, help with the vibes and stuff. I want to use this one. I think it just would look very cool tucked over here underneath this stairwell. I also just needed something to fill up this space, to be honest, and I thought this would be a cool addition to have. Next up, we can go to the area that's going to be right here. So this is going to be a secondary little seating area. I tried to fit another booth in here, but I felt like it'd be too much. So I thought a seating area would be cool to have. So let me find the rug. We are using the one from Business and Hobbies, so let me just filter it and find it that way. There we go. A lot faster if I do it like this. And I'm gonna place it right about there. And I wanted it to be slightly different, so we are using this sofa, but I'm going to be using a different swatch. Is it that one? No, it's this one. We're gonna use it, and I believe it's gonna stay right around there. And then just to make it look different, maybe we'll use this chair. But I am gonna match the color again. There we go. Next up, I need a coffee table. Did I use this one? It kind of looks like I did. All right, how will this look? That looks too tall. Definitely too tall. So I think we'll stick with this one, and I'm gonna be switching it over to a darker shade. I kind of like this one. I don't know why. It kind of marries together all of them, or maybe I should stick to the black shade. Yeah, we're gonna go stick with the black shade. And then I'm going to be grabbing the drink tray and some more magazines. All right, that looks pretty good so far. So next up, I want to try and add some privacy to our little seating area and whatnot, and just help to add some division between the different areas. So to do that, I'm going to be using, I'm trying to think and talk at the same time, this guy, and then the actual like privacy screen, this one. All right, so first we're going to be placing this right around here, and I'm going to switch it to this black and brown shade first. There we go. And then I'm going to be placing this guy right over here, because I like it because this also helps to add some greenery. And I'm going to be placing another one of these behind this sofa here, just because this is like a little catwalk way. And I don't know, it just helps to add a little bit of division. I'm actually gonna pull this in just a little bit more, and then grab this plant and place it behind here. There we go. I think that'll work pretty good. Miss Nugget is being fussy, our co-editor. So if you hear little kitty noises, that's what's going on. She might join us though. She has been laying in the sun, so I think she's feeling very toasty and lovey, so she might come over for some snuggles. So that's a little warning. If you start to hear kitty noises, that's what's happened. I'm trying to find, I want to place some more plants on that wall. So let me see if I can find the ones that I want to use. Here we go. It's because they're not actually technically a plant for whatever reason. I just like how this looks. I wanted to add lots of plants and stuff, so I think we're going to use that swatch. And then there is this ceiling light that's also from the Illustruct pack, and I'm going to be placing 2 of these over here. I just thought this would look very cool, so I'm going to place one there and one right about there, and then I'm going to switch it over to this black shade instead. All right, I'm also going to rotate this guy just so that it looks a little bit less same. And now we can go over here, and we're going to be doing the actual like tattoo booths. All right, and here we go. I'm going to switch their colors in just a second, but it's honestly very similar to how we did the downstairs ones. I'm giving them the same clutter and whatnot just to make it easy. I did not realize that changed again. No, go back please to show all. Thank you very much. So yes, same clutter. Just give them the little tattoo bottles, like so, like that. And I'll switch the colors and rotate them so it looks at least a little bit different. I actually don't want that one. We'll do that one, and then what color do I want this one to be, honestly? I could do like that, and then, no, that's literally the same color. All right, I think we're just gonna keep this orange shade. All right, we're just gonna go with these 2. I just like how those look together, and then we'll do like that. And then I'm just gonna grab the same lights that we used downstairs, and I'm gonna place one here. They should still be able to get through there from that side. I'll of course have to play test it to make sure. And then I'm gonna be placing another one probably in this corner. All right, like so, like that. And then, oh, I forgot, I wanted to give them some like hand sanitizer, just so that if they touch something and they need to quickly clean their hands, they can do so. So let me grab those. All right, there we go. Yeah, I'll place them downstairs off camera. There's no point for me to go downstairs just to place hand sanitizer, so I will do that off camera. So we're going to continue on with up here with the same things. Honestly, we're going to be placing our aprons, and then where do I want to place these ones? We can do it here, I guess. That's the best spot, honestly. And then I'm just gonna pick out some paintings and stuff to decorate the wall. All right, here we go. I grabbed these, and I believe they're supposed to be CDs, but I sized them up so they kind of look like records. And then this is just a base game painting that I found. I thought it looked kind of cool. So I think that's gonna be it for this tattooing area. So next we will go upstairs, and that's meant to be like an office and a like sketch area. All right, welcome to our final floor. So this is like a sketch area for the artist to come up here and work. Maybe they also do like tattoo artist drawing lessons. I don't know. I'm looking for, I believe it's from the Love Struck. It's our final little mural that I'm gonna put here. So let me see if I can filter it and find it. Here we go. I just liked these words. Maybe it says something inspirational or whatnot to help inspire our students slash artists to do their best that they can. So that's gonna be there. Next I'm gonna go right here and we're gonna grab, honestly we might use the same table that we used on the lower level. I just want to grab something, you know, just to fill up the space. So I'm gonna place that right here. Sorry, let me turn off that pink lining so it's a little less annoying. And we're gonna place that with that. And I'm gonna find a painting to put on this wall. I quite like this one. We used a different swatch downstairs, so that should be fine. What else do I want to put on top of here? Maybe another lamp or something to help with the lighting. This top floor has skylights, but I still want to make sure they have plenty of lights. So let me look. I'm gonna find a lamp for on top of this table. I think that looks pretty cool. So I think we're gonna use that one. And ooh, I quite like this also. Maybe we'll put this on here as decoration too. Sure, why not? All right, so that looks pretty cool. Next, there's like this paint, sales thing for seeing paintings. Oh my goodness, hold on, try again. Breathe, you're fine. All right, so over here, I want to put, there's like a display thing, this guy. It's from Business and Hobbies. It's the Creator Showcase. I'm gonna turn off the sales on this. I just wanna use it so that if you have your Sims do some tattoo designs, they can display them here. I just think that would be a fun idea. All right, and then for in these areas, I'm just gonna put a bunch of desks. And I believe the ones that I want to use are from Business and Hobbies. Oh, sorry, not Business and Hobbies. It's a base game one, I think. I could use that one. I quite like this one. I'm gonna look for another option just in case. No, I changed my mind. We're gonna use this one. It's a drafting table from the home decorator kit. I think we'll use this one in the office, so I'm just gonna plop it in there. And we'll go back to it in a second. But yeah, I think I wanna use this one because it has like the markers and the rulers and stuff. And I think that makes sense for what they're gonna be doing on here. I think I wanna use this shade, or we could also use the black shade. I think we'll go with the black shade. So I think I'm gonna probably do 3 of these tables. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab a second one, place it around here. We'll place this one around there. And then our final one is gonna go up against this wall. All right, I think that works pretty good. I'm gonna use those same floor lamps, the circle light, whatever it's called, and place them next to each of these tables. Just because you can never have too much lighting when you're doing art. I think this would be very helpful to them when they're trying to do their drawings and stuff and design people's tattoos. Where are you doing this? Don't do that, please. Okay, yeah, that's exactly where I wanted to place you. Go down, please. All right, right around there should be fine. I'm looking around to see. I know that they need this slablet or something so that they can do the drawings, but I'll add that post-production or something if I remember to do so. Let's add some art. This wall looks very blank, so let's find some art to put up here. I think this is quite cool. It's like different study of different drawings. I think that would be a very nice inspiration for them if they need help with knowing how to draw anatomy. I'm gonna find something else, something to put here as well. We're gonna go with this one. I don't know why. I just think it looks very cool next to this one. All right, I think we need to put like a plant or something here. So let me look and see if I can find some sort of big palm or something of that nature. This one is from Business and Hobbies. I think it looks pretty cool. I think I like that pot, but I don't know if I like that. That looks better. All right, I'm just gonna zhuzh these things over a little bit and make sure this is not running through the wall. All right, I just went and rotated it to help it not be cutting through. I don't know if I want to put chairs here. I'm not sure if there are meant to be chairs there. Okay, yeah, chairs do snap on, so we will give them some chairs. I honestly might just use this one. Does this come in a red shade? Because I kind of like pulling the red from that one. It does not. All right, we're going to use these ones then from the university. Does this come in red? No. Do I want to use this one instead? I kind of like how this one looks better. No. All right, we're going to stick with the red. All right, that works. So this is like the office for our owner of our tattoo studio or school. Again, depending on how you want to run this. But yeah, I wanted to give the owner of the business their space so that they can work. So that's gonna go like that. And then I'm going to be giving them a bookcase, and we're gonna use the same one we used in the lobby, I think, but we're gonna use a different swatch. I think this one will work. And I'm just gonna switch it over to either this shade. I think we'll do this shade. I think this is a different one than the one we used downstairs. And I'm gonna zhuzh this desk over slightly. And I'm gonna grab a floor lamp to put here in the corner. Again, we have those ceiling lights, so we get a lot of natural light in here, but I still want to give them some lighting in case they need it, and slash or maybe if someone's working here late at night, they don't hurt their eyeballs squinting. So next they need a chair, and I think I want to use this one. It's from the high school years pack, I believe. And I think we'll either use this shade, or I think there's a darker one. No, I think we're gonna stick to this shade, I think. Or we can use this dark red one. Yeah, we'll use the dark red. I quite like that. All right, so that looks like that. I'm trying to think of what I wanna put here. Maybe a clock. There's like this cool retro-y one. Maybe that'll look neat there, or I'll find some sort of poster or something to put there. All right, I think that looks pretty cool, but I am gonna switch the shade to, that could work. That makes me want to switch the color of this though a little bit. Maybe not. Let me think about that for a second. I don't know. We're gonna roll with this like this for now. Let me put a computer on there. Maybe that's what's bothering me. We're gonna use this one from the City Living, and then I'm gonna switch it over to this black shade. That's okay for now. We're gonna roll with it. They also need another sofa or something here. I think that would be nice, so that if they want to take a nap or they have someone coming to sit and talk to them, they have the space to do so. I think I want to use this one, and I think you'll sit perfect right there. Well, not through the wall, thank you. But we'll put you right about there, and I'm gonna switch the color of it. I quite like this worn looks. Maybe we'll go with that. And then I'm gonna pick out a poster to put over here. I kind of like this Jaguar dancing dude. It's from the Love Struck pack. I just want to give them a coat hanger just because I want something tall to go up against here. Maybe we'll use this black shade, and then I'm gonna tuck it in a little bit closer to the sofa just to help take up space visually. I don't know if I want to put anything over here. I guess I could. Let me have a little look-see and see what I can find. I kind of like this table. This could work, or we could also use this one from the Eco Lifestyle pack. We can use this dark brown shade. I don't know. I think we'll go with this one. It matches the colors we got going on here better. But what do I want to put on top of here? All right, I definitely want to put a plant. I think a plant will help us around here. So I'm gonna try and tuck this guy a little bit closer in, and then I'm gonna switch the color over to this darker tone. All right, but we still need something on top of here. So let me look. I gave them this little aquarium guy. It's a moss ball, I believe they're called. They're called marmos. I don't think I said that properly, but I think that's kind of cute, and it gives them a little something to do. Maybe I can also give them like some sort of small speaker or something. If maybe they want to play their own quiet little music, they can do that. All right, there we go. I think that works quite well. I'm also gonna give them like a little fridge in case they want to have some snacks. Just a little one. I think something like this would work perfectly. I just gotta find a spot to stick this guy. All right, I think I'm gonna try and zhuzh it in over here, so I'm gonna have to move our chair over a little bit. Yeah, I think this works quite well. And that also doubles as a little nightstand area, or not nightstand, but like desk table area. I might give them some little curtains. I'm thinking of using the sheer ones from the Desert Luxe pack, just to help give them a little bit of privacy if they wish to have some. I don't think we can go wrong with the black shade. Or we could do the brown shade. How does that look? Maybe we'll go with the brown shade, honestly. I think I'm just gonna give them one there, and then honestly, I think I might just give them one, and then I'll go and grab the wall decor. Sorry, it's the neutral curtain mount. I don't know why I always forget the name of this thing. I'm just gonna place this all across here. All right, so I think that's pretty good for our little office area. I think I want to give them one more rug, and then I think that's gonna finish up the build. So I ended up going with this one. I just got the the life and death pack, and I'm very excited to use the new items. So I went with this one, and yeah, that's going to be it for this build. So if I did my job, this should be up on the gallery for you to go and download. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss out on any of my future videos. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.